Why do we need a money transfer system? Okay. Why do we need a money transfer system? For starters, I'll give you things that you probably are aware of, that you know. EcoCash is the most thriving and developed mobile money system. I can talk without the mic. Okay, cool. Everyone hear me? All right, so I'll start with the context. Basically, that's right, I can just project my voice. Okay, so we all know EcoCash. Yes? All right, so it's the most thriving mobile money system in the world. This was done, the study was done by Brian Church, who's a senior analyst from the States. The reason why it's the most thriving one in the world is because we have a cash crisis, so we're resorting to mobile money, right? The same company introduced a MasterCard facility, where if you're a student like myself, you can basically only get charged when you transact, which is quite ideal because you don't have monthly charges whether you receive money or not. Then came this year, they introduced limits. These limits are $25 per month, probably everyone is aware of this, and then $75 per month if it's point of sale. Now, as a student with $100 as a limit per month, it doesn't even pay for my rent or my groceries or airtime, right? And this is the #1 way that most of us were receiving money from Zimbabwe, through EcoCash. And then came other cards, Barclays, FBC, CBZ, they all have limits. $30, $50, $200 if you're a priority banking person, of which the charges that come with being a priority banking person are very high. Okay. I'm sure the context of the problem we're all aware of. We're having born-not crisis in Zimbabwe as we speak. Okay. Then when it comes to universities, they now have to produce pro forma invoices for each international student so that the RBZ can actually facilitate the payment of your school fees. Because then they can't just make an international transfer of foreign currency of $10,000 without any proof that it actually is going to a school. Okay, problem we're all facing right now. This has been circulating on social media. First was in the next 3 to 5 days one, where people are basically scared, panicking, and saying should go stock up on food. And then our Reserve Bank governor issued a statement afterwards. I'm not here to propose which one is the truth, which one is a lie. I'm just saying all this panic causes inflation, causes a whole lot of problems, that prices actually went up in Zimbabwe yesterday. So Nivea went up by $4. I'm sure most of us have social media would have seen it. Some self-advertising, kindly like our Facebook page, Study 263. Okay. So what's our solution to all this, right? Basically, we want to help bridge the gap concerning the financial crisis in Zimbabwe of cash withdrawal limits and out-of-the-country card payments. So our part comes into the out-of-the-country card payments and limits. How do we do this? We have 4 simple steps. So if your parent wants to send you money, they just contact one of our agents in Zimbabwe via EcoCash, which everyone uses in Zimbabwe now. Once they do that, we give you a code to say, of your $100, for conversation's sake, let's say you're going to receive 1,000, and then after we do all the process of buying the Bitcoins, selling them to the exchange, then we convert to rands, then we give you your 1,000. This process takes 2 to 3 working days. If you just wanted to receive Bitcoins, it probably take 30 minutes from whatever point that you are in the world. But because we have to work with banks to send to your final destination, that process will take us the 2 to 3 working days. So sounds very simple, but obviously there's a lot of math and volatility behind it. What are our charges? As this is a student-run initiative, we're not looking into basically being the problem that is already there. Overpriced bank charges, limits, we name it. So 5% for below 500 Rand, 4% for a transaction between 500 and 1,000, then 3% for anything above 1,000 Rand. Okay, so if you are to receive 10,000 Rand, study 263 makes 300 Rand. If you are to receive 10,000 via any other bank without naming them, that bank will not just take 300. Those are facts that we're all living with. Okay, so how long does it take to get my money? All transactions take less than 3 days from start to completion. We've had a couple of tryouts and a couple of transactions that have gone through. You can check our reviews on our website, on our Facebook. There have been people who've used our services and have testified to how we actually take less than 3 days sometimes. Okay, so going on to basic statistics of when we started. So the research has been going on over a year plus, but then when we first officially launched, after we've had more strategic planning in terms of, are we ready for the market? Is the market very adaptable to our product? We launched on the 1st of September. To date, we've had 14 transactions from Zimbabwe to South Africa, and then 3 transactions from South Africa to Zimbabwe. Now, for the transactions from South Africa to Zimbabwe, we charge a flat fee of 3%, because we all know that we're basically importing more, so we could use all the US dollars, all the remittances, and money to come into the country. So we basically charge a flat fee of 3%, whatever amount, which is way cheaper than the Western Union or any other money transfer system that's there. Our project or initiative is still in beta stage. That's basically still in research and development. We're still fine-tuning, we're still being compliant with the bunch of issues that we have to deal with. So, cool. Couple of reviews from our clients that have used it. You can check that on Facebook. Okay, so I'm just going to rush through this part. We're currently running out of time. Okay, so basically what I'm asking from you guys, like our page, engage with us. I will leave my numbers also on the posters, the flyers that I was giving out. If you need to get hold of us, you can inbox us to our Facebook, we'll reply you. Special mention to himself from Stellies for reaching out and actually replying our messages, and then to the international office as well for actually allowing us this opportunity. Thank you all for your time. If you have any questions, I'm here to the end of the day, so you can just come through. Thank you.